Ask if they have an image we could compare with the current species.
Cautionary. Master, this line of questioning may be interpreted as attempting to change the story. He may react poorly.
Is there anything in the galactic record that would verify this?
Negative. I am no library, but since there is no Republic record of this planet having sentient life before Zerka colonization, I doubt you will find such evidence. Cautionary.
Times of enslavement.
Clarification. I believe they were occupied by this technologically superior species for a substantial period. Stripping an entire planet of usable resources would have taken generations.
Why would have the invaders have done this?
Obvious. The same reason Zerka Corporation is attempting it now. Expanding empires need tremendous amounts of resources.
How many of these people were taken off war?
Translation. Translation. He has no number. He claims that those that were taken were examples of the worst of his kind, arrogant and uncaring of the land. Doubtful. Master, this is just another distortion due to their demonization of the builders. It's like claiming an aspect of his people were taken, not actual individuals. Clearly, history has colored his view. Of course, only the inferior meatbags were taken. The remaining were his ancestors, after all. They must have been special. Cautionary.
Doing something about the Great War.
Clarification. The occupying force suffered some sort of species-wide plague that lowered their numbers over time. His people used this extended weakness to sabotage their larger ships. The response of the builders appears to have been to lay waste to the entire surface of Tatooine.
What kind of weapon could do so much damage?
Clarification. I may not have properly conveyed how long they fought with the builders. Given time, any number of armaments could destroy a world. Hypothesis. Perhaps this is another distortion. Their climate may have begun to fail due to their unrestrained development even before the builders arrived. Looking back thousands of years later, such a shift could easily be attributed to the much-hated conquerors.
Could they repel such a powerful species?
Doubting. They didn't, Master. They struck a blow, but the storyteller only believes they won because the builders were gone when they emerged from their caves. That does not mean they defeated anyone. It seems clear that the builders simply sterilized their problem and left. The enemy judged them not worthy to fight.
How could they survive such an attack?
Hypothesis. If his people were moving away from technology for a long time under the builders, they may have had extensive cave systems that could grant shelter. I would also suggest that, given the evidence of the massive shift in the nature of their society, most of them did not survive.
Great.
Clarification. The occupying force suffered some sort of species-wide plague that lowered their numbers over time. His people used this extended weakness to sabotage their larger ships. The response of the builders appears to have been to lay... Cautionary. Clarification. The response of the... Impatience. Master, I refuse to inconvenience you with this. He spouted names of petty tribal fights in deserts so distant they might as well be across the galaxy. Really, Master, I'm sure it's important to him, but it has nothing of value that you could ever put to use.
We have to discuss this impudence, I think, for this.
Agreement. Of course, Master. Just no more of their inane wandering. Translate. vocabulary.
Just do it.
Translation. Cautionary. As expected, he is claiming you have committed blasphemy. Warming blasters, combat is inevitable.
Jej. Teď je otázka, jestli to přežiju. LP100. Chtěl bych tam mít džuhany, ale džuhany tady nemám.
Ready!
What can I do?
Wow. Tak použiješ to. To je úžasné.
What?
Kam běží? No, samozřejmě. Proč ne? Stačí jen tak někam běžet. Všichni chcípnou. Proč ne? Tohle to asi nezvládnu, že? Ježišmarja, ty tak odkliknou. Kdyby prostě kali normálně v tom boji, neřeknu, ale oni se rozběhnou a jdou do prdele. A chcípnou. Takže mi to nepauzlo. Já chci jít spát, vy kurvě, 4 hodiny po půlnoci. Můžu, dovolíte mi to, prosím, 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 prosím. Tak jo. Bylo to použitý nebo ne? Bez tak, že ne. Haleluja, aspoň. Ne speed. To je to jediný, co chci. To je jediný, co chci. Teď chcípne, do prdele, jak to, že je dole? Kdo ji zabil? Jak to, že chcípla? Taky to tam je ten zasran. Kde je Bastila? Kde je Bastila? Ne! Bastilo, prosím.